I'm Yolande from Oracle Technology Network, and I'm here today with Lucy and Mark. Hi.
Hi.
And we are going to talk about the new website, right? The Voxxed website. So what is that about, Mark?
So we launched this today during the opening keynote of DevOps in Belgium. And the new site's all about trying to bring together the kind of best of Java and related content from around a pretty disparate and fragmented online media space now, and put it all together into a single site. So I guess the reason for this came about because when we come to events like DevOps or Java One or JFocus, JavaLand, all these cool events around the place, there's such a concentration of outstanding quality of content, but it can be quite difficult to find that on a daily basis. So where do you get your daily fix from? And I think we used to be able to get it, and it's more difficult now. So we kind of sat down and said, wouldn't it be great if it was all in the same place? So we've started pulling together written pieces, news, tutorials and features, and we put it alongside a heap of rich media as well. So you can then view presentations from Java One, for instance, interviews, presentations from here at DevOps, at DevOps UK, and have it all in a single source so that there's related content that you can discover.
And I should add in just as well, it's not just Java, it's kind of the whole ecosystem of things that Java techs would use. Also JVM, we've got cloud, methodology, kind of future, big data, mobile, so kind of that whole rich kind of field of it.
So similar to what is covered in the conferences? So
yeah, basically.
Yeah, I think these conferences tend to have 9 or 10 main content teams. We just felt that was too many, so we've concentrated on 6 on the site for now. But we don't really miss stuff out. So there might be something on architecture or security, and although we don't have a specified content channel for that, it's still important. So we fit it into the right place.
Yeah. So who is the audience? Who are you targeting?
Developers.
Okay.
So developers, team leads, anybody who wants to learn about the latest innovations, the latest tech developments, but also anybody who wants to understand some of the tales from the trenches, the war stories. So we're trying to encourage people to contribute to the site now. It's not just about me or Lucy putting information there. It's about getting contributions from all over the ecosystem. Because
so you accept in specific topics, you just accept open.
Absolutely.
Submission.
You can go onto our site and there's a link where you can go and upload your story and it will go delivered straight to us. We'll check it over, do any necessary edits, maybe get back to you, but anyone can basically be a writer for Voxxed.
Yeah, and it's important. You can add images into that article submission. You can add code lines in there as well, and it'll come through. And as we grow, I'm sure we need some content moderators. So here's a shout out to anybody who wants to help us edit things. Yolande, you should put your hand up on that one, maybe. But yeah, to help us moderate some of that stuff. But we want people to submit. When we said that we were going to do this, I think we said that we could just say to the sector, hey, we've got a great idea, we want to create this, but then the response, so we've said that we'll spend a couple of months building something so that there's at least a first case, there's a platform there, there's a first iteration, and now it's down to the community to decide where that goes and what it looks like going forward. So at the moment it looks really nice, it's easy to use, it's got some great content on there, but it needs to evolve as the community wants it to.
And so are you also curating content or reusing content that other people syndicating content?
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix. So we've got a lot of people, giving people's blogs they can have the opportunity to share content. If there's something kind of in the news, if there's a related post that they'd like to kind of bring up again. And we're also kind of featuring our own in-house written news articles, and we're going around interviewing members of the community. So it's a real mix.
So you care more about the content, regardless of where it was used before, but you just want to...
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely. And so one of the key things here is if you've got a blog, you shouldn't stop blogging. Yeah, it's really important. But why don't you share it with us as well, and we'll republish it? Because if you've got 100,000 visitors to your blog site, and say Vox gets 1 million, isn't it better if they're in both that information's in both places so that people can discover it? And one of the next iterations that we're about to work on is how do we then pay back the guys that are contributing to the site. And so we want to be able to, if there's any ad revenue going through the site, we want to be able to share that back with the individual contributors as well.
Okay. And what is the URL of the site, the website?
So you go to Voxxedcom, Voxxed.com, and check it out from there. One other thing I'd like to say is, as well as the website, Voxxed is also working with local user groups and community leaders on a new series of one-day events as well called Voxxed Days, and that's where guys locally run and plan their own events, but they have the backup of a event professional team basically. So Stefan Janssen, myself, Stefan runs this in DevOps here in Belgium. I run DevOps in the UK, plus Ellie May, who works in the team over in the UK as well. And so what we're trying to do is help those guys to deliver professional events. So we kind of give them a website and tools like a call for papers so they don't need to do this stuff themselves. And we can introduce them to international speakers. We can help them get sponsorships and we can market those events as well. But they're really locally run propositions with a local flavour, and they might be partly in the local language, they might be all in English. It's down to the local guys to determine that, but it just means that we can spread this knowledge and expertise into further reaches that maybe some media companies who run conferences wouldn't be interested in, and we want to be able to help people share that.
And kind of any related materials from those conferences as well. For example, we kind of ask speakers if they want to submit any kind of supplementary tutorials to kind of things that they're doing here for the site, so from the Voxxed Days as well, so you kind of have that extra element of taking your conference global, even if it's just a small one-day event.
So how is Vox and Parlays, how are they connected, really?
So Parlays has got all of this rich media. It's got, 5,500 presentations on there now. It's getting like 500,000 unique visitors a year. What Vox will do is relate all of that content and glue it together in a sense. So if Venkat writes a piece for us about a particular topic, then ultimately we're able to showcase not just Venkat's presentations but related presentations, and you can get there directly just at one click. So we're kind of spending quite a lot of time linking all of those things together right now.
Great. Looks like a wonderful opportunity for speakers, really.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for speakers, for people with something to say, but also just anybody who wants to consume information and learn anything, because you can come to as many events as you like, but they don't happen that often, and that's maybe when a lot of the key learning goes on. Now we just want to, it's kind of the DevOps Daily was how we kind of almost badged it to begin with, before we chewed up the words and turned them around, the letters and turned them around, sorry. So come to Vox, check it out and give us feedback.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you.